Look at that. Hey guys, we are live, and I'm going to get into my talk in just a moment, but I wanted to share this very new family member. Look at her. She doesn't have a name yet, but if you have any cool names, let me know. Type them in the comments below because she desperately needs them. She is very fiery. She runs around like a brave warrior, going into anything and everything, and she's purring the moment you touch her, she will start purring like a little angel. So this oh look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
Type the name suggestions in the comments.
Yeah, so please type the name suggestions in the
I
comments.
want something from space.
We want something from space or something mystical or along those lines. Um, Anyhow, back to my story and what this live is all about. So, I wanted to share with you a really beautiful story about the archangels and the ways in which they can connect with you. I have a group healing session that is tomorrow featuring a really special connection, and that is with Archangel Sandalphon. And I wanted to share with you something that happened to me that was borderline miraculous. Now, this, I believe, was my very first year of being spiritually awakened. I had my out of body experience, and that just set the trajectory back in 2014. So I believe this was May or late April of 2014. And okay, so I was immediately open to the angelic community in the realm. And during this particular day, I had this incredible experience with this archangel. So let me flash back earlier in the day. I was on a trip coming back from New York visiting a friend, and they were helping me um, kind of guide me during this time frame because it was, everything can be very confusing. Your whole sensory is upgraded, and you're trying to make sense of this new reality you find yourself in. But anywho, this person was guiding me, and I was coming back from their house, and I had to pull over somewhere. I don't know, I think in Pennsylvania or somewhat to sleep because I was really tired. So I was like, I better take a little power nap in the car before I get going. So I go to sleep in the car, and I go under for just a moment. I have this lucid dream, and it's of this painting that I draw, and the painting turns into two faces, like a sketch, and they rip in half, and the sketch to the right kind of floats to me, and I wake. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. What was that all about? I told my friend what happened, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I just finished my painting of the two twin archangels, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Sandalphon, and I have the painting that I actually purchased from her, and I will show you in this screen right here. So this was the painting right there. This is their really cool painting of Archangel Metatron on the left and Sandalphon on the right. And there we go. Let me hide that real quick. So that was the painting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was talking to them on the phone, and they're like, that's Archangel Sandalphon. I was like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? So I go sit down to meditate, and at that point in time, I was really fixated on opening up each one of my energy centers, each one of my chakras. So I'd start at the root, spend a minute or two, and feel this expansion of that corresponding frequency that we have in the body. So I go through the red, go to the orange, and as I'm making my way up, the vibrations are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, that should be much better. Like, And the vibrations were getting stronger and stronger and stronger as that energy, as I was working my way up. And right when I got to my crown, right when I got to the third eye or crown, I literally just fall asleep. I go under. I completely, I don't know, for lack of a better term, I black out. I just fall under. And I wake up some amount of time later, maybe 30 minutes later, and I just have the most incredible angelic energy pumping through me that was from Sandalphon. So I have this amazing vibration where it literally lasted hours and hours and hours, maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 hours. It's just this beautiful, composed sensation of, it's so difficult to describe, but I have a couple about it. So let me pull this up. The boundary between your emotional being and your mind was that buffer was so thick, meaning the feeling I had was stuck. There's no thought that's going to come through and take away your well-being, because as we know, our minds have way too much control over the way in which we feel. It's a weakness that we have currently collectively, but with practice and meditation and understanding how our minds evolve, you can make a stronger buffer and you can have more control over that. So anywho, driving around and just looking at all the people and just have just so much love for them, just so much joy just to see another person sharing reality. So it was like, just a beautiful energy pumping through me, but it continues and it gets even more wild. So I had this sensation, this feeling, this intuitive knowingness where I had to stay up. So it was getting late, and I just had this feeling that I needed to stay up later and later and later in order to go to sleep at the right time. So I end up going to sleep really late, maybe like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and I go into a lucid dream. So I had this sensation, this knowing, this I was like, I'm probably going to get a really cool dream, but it was well beyond anything I've ever experienced. This dream is this incredible template. I go to bed, and immediately I am in just an all blackness, just an infinite black void. And but I'm completely lucid, and I see this symbol. And that symbol kind of flows away, and then all of a sudden I'm immersed in this void. And this void it felt like life and death. It felt like more real than the reality we find ourselves in. As I was gaining speed or inertia, I couldn't tell if I was falling. I couldn't tell if I was going forward. It was just because there's no reference point void. But it felt very powerful, very real. And I started to get a tiny bit scared. In the moment I got scared, I felt this energy, that fear. I felt it gain inertia and momentum around me until that fear started growing and growing. And as I felt this weight, this heaviness of this fear moving around me, I recognized that there was nothing inherently causing the fear, but I was perpetuating it. And it got to the point where it was just really, really powerful as I tried to wake myself up. And the weird thing is, just before I woke up, I was in this pyramid, like putting my hands on the blocks as if it was dark in the room. And then I wake up into this reality, normal, ordinary reality. And I'm just this crazy energy running through me. I'm like, wow, what was that about? And what Archangel Sandalphon helped me understand was the void that separates love and fear, disharmonic states of consciousness from harmonic states of consciousness. In order to be deemed worthy to make it to the next level of consciousness, you mustn't have any fear within you, because that fear like a weight, will keep you magnetized and pulled into these dimensions where there is still necessary learning and understanding that needs to happen. And the whole concept of ascension doesn't mean you're going to leave your body any second now and, go into the harmonic realms. It just means that you're evolving or rising the state of consciousness that you're in, and you're making it to the next level. And that next level is a harmonic state in which love is the defining frequency that encompasses your whole perception. All of your energy is under the lens of perfected harmony through love. And when you make it to those states and you master all your lessons, you the tangible fear, eventually you could have the ability to move through that void and be on the other side. And that stuck with me for all of these years. Like, that was my initial stamp template. Like, this is the defining what you're working towards, and the universe and God and the creation made it so simple, where it's just, there's only love and there's only fear. Remove all that fear. Do your best to understand that fear. Put it away. And then love takes its place. Now, that's a overly simplified explanation, but in the end, all the shadows, the pain, the misery, feelings that we carry with us, it can be simplified and reduced into fear. And that's what Sandalphon showed me. And that's the void that separates harmonic from disharmoniousness. And yeah, so that is my story with Archangel Sandalphon. So I hope you enjoyed. That's the painting I'll put on the screen. I don't know if my mic's going to work if I put the picture on the screen, but I'll show it again. Archangel Sandalphon on the right and Archangel Metatron on the left. So there you go. So this is all in relation to the group healing session I have coming up tomorrow night. So if you want to join tomorrow night, I will be anchoring and transmitting the energy of Archangel Sandalphon for all to experience, all the group healing members. So if you're interested, let me know. It's going to be a beautiful sensation. First connection of the new year. And whether or not you need to feel more restored, if you need help feeling like you need to reduce your stress, your anxiety, this is a perfect opportunity, because these connections, these remote group connections, they help you. They give more of a conducive environment for you to excel and grow and develop. That's what these group connections do. You will grow stronger in these types of collective efforts, because it creates this atmosphere. It creates this more of a cohesive connection to allow you to reach your potential easier. The same way if you're at the gym and you can't do this one particular balancing move, and you just have someone helping assist you to get into position, similar to that. All right, everyone. So that's coming up tomorrow, 6:45 p.m. Eastern and 4:45 p.m. Mountain Standard. All right. I will see you all then. Enjoy.